Hello? Well, pinata, I fold up. I lied, I didn't. My toilet almost fucking flooded again. Oh, I wanted to buy, I was thinking about, the, what is it, Ghosts of the Past, or whatever it's called. Ghosts of the Past, Second Hunt. I was looking it up, I was like, The 5-pack of this set is well, the normal packs are 20. I won. Oh, sheesh! Fuck, I clicked tits by accident. I'm early. It is 7 p.m. What do you mean I'm early? Am I early? I put some. Oh, it's at 7 p.m. Oh, god damn it. Tits, go away! You don't work! I thought I closed OBS for a second. Anyway, Ghosts from the Past has a, I don't even know what's in it, though. Take a look. I know it's got a bunch of cards that I need. Some big fancy Despia stuff. What else? It's Fallen Sanctuary. I don't. Wait, I can't hear anything. Hold on. It's quiet in here. Okay. There's a bunch of cards in here that I do not know. There's a lot of cards in here. You only get 5? For some reason, Vampire, Sorcerer, and Shadow Wait, what? There's a bunch of Vampire reprints. Why? And they're all the old ones. Does he get Oh, ooh, okay, but they're higher rarity reprints, which means they're holographic. Oh, there's a lot of cards. I've lost interest already. Anyway, hi Gabe. Oh, Gabe. Wait, what happened? That's a gift sub? Thank you for stopping. Thank you for the Gabe we sub. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Anyway, when we last left off, I don't remember what happened. You know what the most frustrating thing about these games are? I was playing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, right? And I mean, if it was like 20 cards that were being reprinted, it would be worth it, but there's only 4 packs per box and only 5 cards per pack, so there's too many. I don't know. Maybe I'll buy it. I do not remember anything. I remember Drebber was like, making up fucking lies. You know, of course, we found out he was a, not a grave robber, just a grave digger, I suppose? I don't remember. He would buy corpses. Or, sorry, he would dig up corpses and sell them. He wasn't the one buying them. Usually it's 7 to 10. Yeah. No, it's because this is a special reprint pack, so there's less in the packs. Anyway, I hate it when you know exactly what the piece is that you have to present, but you can't figure out what you're supposed to call out. Is a grave robber? Does grave robber refer to stealing bodies as well? I feel like... Oh, he said fellow grave robber. He said fellow grave robber. Never mind. Hold it! What are you talking about? I don't... there's no way I stopped in the middle of this testimony, right? I feel like I was stuck somewhere and I stopped. Maybe not. I don't know. Well, I wasn't the only one busy at the cemetery that night, you know. Other body snatchers were at work. Oh, hello. Sorry. Oh, mommy? What if you just steal the casket, leave the body behind? Of course, when I saw one emerging from the hole he dug, my heart very nearly stopped. I don't think I remember this. He's saying instead of saying, oh yeah, we called him out. Saying, oh, no, sir, you did in fact see the professor, right? And he's still trying to throw it off that no, he didn't see the professor, so now he's saying it was a fellow grave robber. So was he wearing a mask? So that's the terrifying sight I actually saw, you see? Claiming it was just another student on equally insalubrious business as yourself. Is that the, did I say that right? Many of the medical students would wear metal masks to protect them from bacteria during dissections. I don't think that's how that works. Does metal protect you from bacteria? Clearly the fellow was using such a mask to protect his anonymity. Wouldn't you say?
Objection!
Yeah, fuck you. I don't- I'm too tired right now, do you? God damn, I'm so tired. No, it's not. Oh. Did I nap? No, I got off work at 5:30. If I napped, I would have just stayed in bed. Hi, Redman, how are you? But there's more to the story, isn't there? The article goes on to say, in the next second, a gunshot rang out suddenly from behind. The bullet pierced the resurrected man's chest, whose breath then stilled once more. You might assume that the sexton... Sexton? Can they say that in the courtroom? I think that's a little inappropriate, don't you? Discovered the miscreants at work, perhaps, and fired upon one of them. He just fucking shot him? If a grave digger had shot someone in a cemetery, I think it might have been rather big news, my lord. Ah, yes, well. The vampires. Oh. Oh, strange. I forgot about her. I can only assume it was an embellished bolted on later by the reporter. Wait, what? Embellished. What button do I click? Oh yeah. Wait, no.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Oh my god. No, Key! Thank you for the dono. I'm sorry, your internet's stinky. How come y'all having bad internet today? Madame Test Spells! Don't take it out on Mr. Sholmes. Gonna. Oh! That startled me, honestly. It just disappeared. Oh la la, pardon. I was lost in my thoughts. Oh. Good luck, Key. Shower. That's what y'all do in your free time when you have no internet, right? You just shower. Would it be fair to say that Mr. Drebber's last remark was significant to you in some way? I feel like I didn't say that like a normal person. Thought it was a little strange, that is all. How was your Drebber? Could claim this now. Oh? If you don't mind me saying, madame, what are you talking about? Fight! 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 You didn't? Who didn't? Well, when I met you 10 years ago at your university dormitory, you recounted to me about your adventures in the cemetery, non? Oh, including the gunshot. Oh. Stop. Oh. You might want to watch your tongue, you know.
Objection!
Are you threatening the witness? Oh. SMH, she's French. Have a care, Drebber. That's no way to speak to a lady. Fanzeeks, really? I feel like you've, you know, spoken inappropriately to several ladies before. Please, Madame Tespels, carry on. Of course she's French. How else was she going to watch the execution of Marie Antoinette? I was thinking Madame. I was like, that's not right. I don't think. Of course. According to what Monsieur Drebber told me at the time, He did hear a gunshot from behind him, and the bullet hit the condemned man. Yes, Burger King, how can I help you? I said nothing of the sort. Oh. No, and you were very explicit about the details. About the mask that the figure was wearing. And the blood that spattered all over you when he was shot. If he asks for proof, I have it. I have it. It's the camera. Enough! Shut up, woman! You're making all this up! No, I have proof. It's the camera. That will do. Just spells is a Final Fantasy 14. Is she? Is it? Excuse me, I don't know what I'm saying. Or are you just referencing the fucking shush emote? Oh my goodness, Gabe. I don't know what a French person sounds like. I don't know what a French accent is. Oui. I can't do it. How do you remember when she was executed? Because she was there. Sacre bleu. I can't do it. I don't even know what that means. Hi, Michael. How are you? Mr. Drebber. Yes? You refute the account just given by Madame Tespels. Why is he holding his hand out like that? You think he's got, like, numbness in his finger? I don't think I really realized. I have no recollection of ever saying those things. Come on! Do you really expect us to believe you? Control yourself, counsel. I will not permit baseless accusations. It's not baseless, I have proof. In my courtroom. Ask me for proof, I got it. Right. Under the circumstances, I think it best that you supplement your testimony with a statement to clarify your position on this witness. Yeah, do it. I'll fucking stab you in the throat, rip out your teeth. Very well. I'm okay, I'm very tired. Or any spattered blood. Oh. Is that the hill you want to die on, sir? Mr. Drebber! Do you remember this camera? But that is the camera from that fateful night. Oh no, wake up. No. I'm dead now. Jesus fucking Christ, Shinzo. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, that was terrifying. That was actually horrifying. Like, imagine you're in a deep sleep and that's your fucking alarm. Like, I could only, oh, holy shit. Oh, you know, I'd probably have a heart attack. I'm sorry, I laughed when taking a drink and I spit it all over myself. Why? Why am I like this? Where did I spit it at? Okay. Fuck you, Shinzo. Why do I say clockwork cybernetic hands? We don't know why he's weird yet. Yes, we borrowed it from the House of Horrors. It's the camera you took with you to the cemetery that night, Mr. Drebber. I think he's just cringe. I think that's why. And is that supposed to be significant? No. I just like showing you things for no reason. This kind of camera is rarely seen in our homeland, so my colleague and I were keen to examine it closely. We noticed that the lens extends forward at the end of some bellows. Like this. What? What's that? There, just on the bellows. I'm getting to it, Vanzies. Holy shut up. Why is he so excited? Oh yeah, that's right. He's very, like, on edge. I forgot. Because everything started bringing up the professor, and the professor was the guy who killed his brother. So very, like, what's going on? Okay. Your alarm is me screaming at you? Wait, really? Okay, what the fuck? Okay. Mine is, the typical Apple ringtone. I don't even know. I'll show you. I think it's strawberry jam. Looks like a dark red stain. That's right. It's a rather conspicuous mark here on the bellows, in fact. Good lord, are you suggesting? Now, I ain't no bloodologist, but I think it's blood. It fit. If they make a great Ace Attorney anime, make me Ryunosuke. Something that can be confirmed with a simple chemical test, isn't that right, Dr. Scythe? I didn't even read what he was saying, so the fact the fact that it was basically the same thing. What do you even call somebody who works on blood? Because I don't think it's a bloodologist. It would be difficult to determine if it was human blood and not the blood of some animal. But yes, to test whether or not it's blood at all is simple enough. Ugh. You're fucking hot. A hematologist? Yeah, that makes sense. A phlebotomist? I don't think that's it, Gabe. What's a phlebotomist? Excuse me, I had a hiccup. I find phlebotomist. Oh, I don't think a phlebotomist is a phlebotomy is. Oh wait, a nurse or a health worker trained in drawing venous blood, testing for testing or donation. Oh no, that's specific. Hematology. I don't know how to spell. They study blood and blood disorders. The phlebotomist is specifically drawing blood. Yeah! Okay, Pinata, go get your food. I propose that Madame Tespel's testimony was correct. That on the night in question 10 years ago, you were spattered with blood from the gunshot wound. Well, and that furthermore, you really did witness the condemned professor emerging from his tomb. Oh, is the music really quiet? Hold on, I think there's like 2 forms of audio going on. Oh, there you go. Yeah! Pinata, I want chicken tendies, please. Can you give me some chicken tendy? There's simply no way you could have forgotten such a traumatic experience. In other words, the only explanation is that you're trying to hide the fact you saw the professor that night.
Objection!
Why are you objecting me? You want this info. But why? Why would he want to do that? Judge, can you object me to ask a question? I don't think that makes sense. Well, not for his own gain, it would seem. I don't know what a char siu is. Oh my god, imagine watermelon with chamoy? I think chamoy, right? Let me see, that's what I'm talking about. Is that what I'm thinking of? Chamoy? Oh, hell yeah. It sounds so good right now, my mouth is watering. Or whose then? Who could benefit? Loud outside. Oh yeah, so story time, I guess. When I was going to work today, I saw an ambulance at one of my apartment buildings and I was like, oh, that's suspicious. That's weird. Anyway, it was like blocking like several, it was like in the parking lanes, which was weird to me. And I turned to leave the apartment to get to work and I noticed that like they had blocked off, like part of the road was blocked off, so I couldn't turn right, I had to turn left, which I was going anyway. And I look over, you know, there's a police car, and then I look further down the street and there's like more ambulances and more fire trucks just in the road, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it scared me. I was like, is somebody I didn't know if it had anything to do with the apartment or if like somebody was dead in the road. Anyway, that was weird. So I don't know. Soak a watermelon tequila for a few hours and sprinkle some salt on the piece. Bam, margarita snack. I don't consume alcohol. I don't know. It throws me off because I know I've seen like you know, an ambulance or whatever. I have to go to an apartment complex, but it's usually like an ambulance and a fire truck and maybe a police officer. But no, there was like several. And the fact that that they were all in the road and I only saw one ambulance like in the apartment complex. It was so weird to me. Anyway, it was interesting. Mr. Drebber is obviously lying in order to protect somebody. My goodness, he's shielding someone. Do you think it's this lady right here that he might be shielding? Yes, my lord, and clearly, bam! It's someone who doesn't want the truth about the professor coming back to life to be exposed. You can stick a bottle of booze in a watermelon and the watermelon will drink it. How it gonna drink it? It ain't got no mouth. I got grapes. I'm gonna take a bite. Oh. Yeah. Grape skin is so bitter. But the grapes are so juicy. Hello? I think it's warm in my room, and a water bottle was like, I'm gonna explode. These are sweet grapes. They're black grapes, which are really sweet. It's just that the skin is bitter. Oh, counsel, who is it then? Who is this witness trying to protect by lying about what he saw that night? I don't think we really have anything to assume other than her. The obvious answer is Dr. Scythe. Because she's the one who wrote the coroner report, right? And we know it's wrong. So I think that's the only information we can get. So she lied about something, whether he was dead or at all. Perhaps. We'll find out. Maybe he's still alive. Maybe there was a fake body that was buried and we don't actually know if it was him because the face is covered up. But no bug would ever know because we don't know what he looks like. He could still be alive. Scythe? Yeah, Scythe. Whatever do you mean? Oh, God. I think it's all her fault, but God, is she hot. Imagine if the convict who'd been sentenced to death was not, in fact, killed. Imagine if that was to come to light. What are you insinuating? He could even be in this room. Oh my God. What if that's him standing next to Fancy's? And imagine if the convict in question was the country's most hated mass murderer. Wait, you remember? There's no way the professor is actually Japanese, is it? No, it can't be Cosmo anyway. Cosmo's too young. What am I thinking? Because we know he hates Japanese for one reason, right? But he doesn't know what the professor looks like, so there's no reason that would be it. What is it then? I'm so confused. Ugh. It's like, wait, what if I was half right? Wait, what if it was Cosmo's fucking dad? Oh God, this is too much. I'm just gonna play the game. Do you think the professor is the dude that had the hit list? No, because that was 10 years ago. There's no reason why fucking, I don't know, 6-year-old Cosmo, I don't know how old Cosmo is, would be on a fucking hit list. I don't think so. I don't think the hit list is the professor's. Imagine if the convict in question was the country's most hated mass murderer. Thanks, Burger King. If you did, I would just fucking quit playing the game. If it was the professor, oops. Excuse me. That's not what I'm trying to do. That would be an unprecedented scandal.
Objection!
Shut up. This is beyond a joke. Need I point out that the dead cannot come back to life? Need I point out that we already know his fucking autopsy was false, you fucking idiot? We've already said it several times, man. Six! What you're suggesting would mean that the execution never actually happened. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it would mean.
Objection!
Ugh. And this guy, once a man is sent to the gallows, he hangs. No one could escape, not in Great Britain. It was private, Van Zeeks. But the fact is, there was a witness to the fact that the man did escape his hanging. Just Van Zeeks, I'm gonna fucking throw my sword at you. If such were really true, counsel, the implications of misconduct would not stop at the supervising coroner. But it would taint the honor of the entire judiciary from the ground up. Bam! Yeah, what if he's got a really strong neck? What if you were bad at your job? And it's exactly because of those monumental repercussions that Dr. Scythe would consent to any demand made of her by someone who threatened to expose the secret. Even if that meant being complicit in a crime. You mean... Bam! I mean that Dr. Scythe wasn't collaborating in Mr. Drebber's wicked scheme. She was coerced into collaborating in order to protect her decade-old secret. She switched the dead body of Mr. Aspen with the waxwork model and fabricated the autopsy report. Okay, so I knew that. But the fact the fact that he somehow brought it all the way back to what this case is about really threw me off. Hakawoki, nah, we're done with that. Where'd he get the glass from? Hello? Lord Van Zeeks! Pray forgive my freshly filled hollow chalice and a whole raft of other discourtesies now. Goodness me. Why does he have a sword? It's Kazuma's. Maybe I should just show it to Kazuma. You think he'd realize? It's just the sort of tall tale Londoners would enjoy, I grant you. An executed killer rising from the dead, a Scotland Yard cover-up. Excuse me. A conspiracy at highest levels. Don't let me ask you one thing. What's that? Don't do it, bitch. If the condemned man really did emerge from his tomb that night, only to be shot in the chest, who pulled the trigger? Yeah, we don't have that answer. And disposed of him forever. I don't think we have that answer. What if it was you? What if it was you, Van Zeeks? He's like 50. I don't know how old Van Zeeks is. He's pretty old though, so... well, I have no idea at the moment. We have too little information to work that out at present, I think. Do you save your points for the rebrand? Oh, fuck. You brought it to my attention that I have no idea what I'm gonna change my my rewards to Masita. Yikes. Okay. I couldn't agree more. We need to bring this back into fashion. Was that a real fashion that was already existent? I think I have a little bit more than 2 weeks. I still don't quite know if my re-debut is gonna be by my birthday or not. Gold bats, like gold stars. No, I was thinking, no, I got it. Oh fuck, you're reminding me, I forget. I gotta make the icon for the subscribers. God damn it. The Old Bailey is no place for wild fantasies. Write it. What am I writing down? No, you Gabe, you remind me, you're my manager. Have you considered this, my Lord Nipponese friend? Considered what? Do you realize just what a dangerous endeavor it would be to coerce this woman into such criminal activity? Well, I mean, her reaction made it seem like this was true. It's tantamount to declaring war on the entire British police force and judiciary. Why, it's hard to imagine any sum of money being offered for research could warrant it. To rely on some staged deception when so much is at stake would be madness. Well, I suppose. This was no petty crime either. The victim was murdered. A man who'd already invested money in the venture and could be instrumental in future profits, too. Yes, I had no reason to kill Mr. Aspen at all. Or are you forgetting that his death results in me receiving not a single penny? The court is already aware of the contract between myself and the victim, no? There is the contract, that's very true. Okay. Hold on. Okay. I was like, well, maybe what if it's not actually his signature? Looks like it is though. Yeah. Well, that's gonna come up somewhere. I know it, but I don't know where. You considered your mother. What if for this case runs deep? Feel it. Using threats to force the head of the forensic investigation team to cooperate is extreme. Especially for a government grant he had no guarantee of receiving in the first place. Research grant was the aim. Taking Mr. Aspen's life would have made no sense anyway. Which means Mr. Drebber's motive wasn't money at all. It was just trying to kill Mr. Aspen. But why? What was his motive then? Time is up, my learned friend. Who said? Are you the judge? No. Judge! I'd say you have one last chance before the jury lose their patience with the charade. Charade. See if you can back up your heady proposal, shall we? Cosmo just... or the supposed Cosmo. We don't know if it's actually him, but he just fucking dodges it. You explain why this engineer would throw all caution to the wind and threaten his own country. At this point, I'm not prepared to listen to more of this outlandish conjecture without proof. So, counsel, present your evidence. Alright. What exactly was Mr. Aspen to Drebber? There's a connection there. Yeah, no, we got it. The connection's in the newspaper. I got it. There's a connection there that no one's seen yet. I'm going to have to present 2 pieces of evidence. Okay, it's gonna be the newspaper and the contract. I got it. I got it. I'm already ready. Yes, my lord. The evidence that establishes a motive and explains why the witness wanted the victim dead is right here. I actually don't know why it would be that one.
Take that!
It's this newspaper article, my lord. That was written 10 years ago. And every detail has been examined already. What can it possibly tell us? How do you not have this? How do you not know the signature that's on there? That dribble should have never been written. Ah. That is the issue. The reason why he hated Mr. Aspen was because it ruined his whole fucking career. It's typical gutter-press nonsense that means nothing. Yes, on its own, it isn't particularly significant. However... Ah! I threw something at myself and it startled me for some reason. But considered alongside another piece of evidence, it will completely explain your motive for wanting Mr. Aspen dead. What other evidence? I was holding my little remote to my speaker for some reason. And I accidentally flung it at myself. Counsel, you present your supplementary evidence without delay. The evidence, which when cross-referenced with the newspaper article, establishes a motive for the deed. Now, we already got the motive. It's this contract, my lord. Mr. Drebber, this is the contract you signed with Mr. Aspen. Yes, that's right. The very document, in fact. That proves I had no reason to kill the man. Actually, Judge, can you take into account what he just said? No, I'm afraid not. What? What? There's something very significant in this newspaper article and the contract have in common. Really? And it's that common link. Okay, if he wants me to point it out, I got it. I got it. That shows very clearly why you were determined to kill Mr. Odie Assman. It seems the defense has uncovered something the rest of us have missed. Yeah, y'all don't have eyes. These are the kind. Every bug else in the fucking courtroom are the kinds of people that would post arts without credits. Just because they didn't even bother to look for the watermark. So, my learned friend, point out what these two pieces of evidence have in common. Where exactly is the link between this newspaper article and the contract? Whoa, sir, thank you for asking. I think it's right here.
Take that!
What these two pieces of evidence have in common is a signature. Oh, a signature. The signature. E. On the illustration that accompanies the 10-year-old article and the signature on the contract belong to the same person. What? Uh-oh. He's been found out. As the court has heard, this illustration was drawn 10 years ago by the newspaper reporter who found Mr. Drebber and interviewed him about his ordeal. If you look closely, the reporter's signature can be seen in the bottom right corner of the drawing. I've been waiting for these two pieces to present themselves. And if you look at the contract here, which was signed between the witness and the victim last year, you can clearly see Mr. Assman's signature at the bottom. Let me see now. Good lord, yes, they're identical. Bam. In short, the journalist who drew the illustration and wrote the, hold on. Alexa, turn on my first plug. I realized I have no background, so I'm hoping everyone outside of my apartment can't hear me yelling. The journalist who drew the illustration and wrote the article published about Mr. Drebber 10 years ago was the victim of this case, Mr. Odie Assman. Oh, he's fucking dead. We fucking got him.
Objection!
Don't shut the fuck up. But explain to the court why. What do you mean why? We already know why. How would that constitute a motive for the witness to murder Assman? Well, if you think back, you remember that Mr. Drebber talked about that article in his testimony. Grave robbing, you say? Yes, exhuming fresh corpses to sell is reasonably lucrative. That is quite beyond the pale. And you would invite divine retribution, sir. Yes, well, I think I suffered retribution enough. The Daily Circus eventually unearthed my name and put it in print. It caused me a great many headaches. In the end, I had to leave the university. Hi, Ray, how are you? That was the only paper with the bad grades to identify me unambiguously, I might add. Then I gave up on my dream of becoming a scientist, and it was all because of that newspaper article. Well. How'd the turntables? At the time, you were a student at the University of London who dreamt of becoming a scientist. However, a single newspaper article changed your entire life. So, Mr. Assman used to be a newspaper journalist, didn't he? He did, my lord. In fact, it's a widely held belief that Assman managed to position himself in the heart of his criminal network, thanks to the many dubious connections he made during his time as a reporter. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? So you had to give up on your dream and leave university. You lost everything. Eventually you found yourself working in the field of science, but only in the shadows. All because of that article, written by Mr. Assman. Enough! Damn, I've had him. This fucking... What do you call it? At the tip of my finger? I don't think that's it. I had him this whole time. Look at this. Look at his right arm. There's like a piece of shading that for some reason goes past the line art. It just looks like a giant fucking rectangle. Anyway. It was very weird and threw me off. Stop this endless drivel about my life. What? Explain yourself, Mr. Drebber. No, it's Mr. Dribble. Yes, it's true. I had to leave the university as a result of that article. But it was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Oh, is he about to lay it all bare? Yeah, that's it, game. I was close. I was like, it is something in that area. What do you mean? Almost every student of science in the facility was too poor to actually conduct any research. But they struggled on with their hypotheses anyway. We all did, only to have them taken by vultures. Sooner or later, you knew your ideas would be stolen and patented by some wretch or another, after all. Good gracious. Making a name for yourself as a scientist in a climate like that was a miracle only a select few geniuses could ever hope to achieve. Personally, I wasn't one of those geniuses, so it was hardly a wrench. His finger no move. Being forced out of the university. I feel like he's supposed to be holding a gun or something. Imagine if he just had a fucking gun. Being forced out of the university because of Lowgate was the best. What is Lowgate? It was the best thing that could have happened to me.
Objection.
Mr. Drebber, do you genuinely believe that? Of course I do. Who's better placed to know whether or not I possess a talent for science than me? Bam, I'm sorry to say that your words don't ring true at all. How dare you? And I have evidence to prove it. I do. Evidence that says he doesn't believe what he's saying. How are you in a position to say anything about me? I don't know you from Adam. What does that mean? I've never heard that saying before. Fine, if you think you have evidence, go ahead. Show it. What could you possibly have to disprove the idea that I was happy to leave university because I lack talent? Is it this? There we go.
Take that!
Oh, that makes me sad. I don't know why that made me really sad. Anyway, I didn't actually read it, so when the music didn't stop, I got scared. Do you remember this, Mr. Drebber? We found it at your workshop. I guess that's it. Is that a Royal Society trophy for excellence in science? What exactly is this trophy, Council? I don't know. I'm from Japan. It's the greatest honor that can be bestowed on a young scientist, my lord. How do I know that? How does he know that? Also, I don't know why, but I think OBS is like slightly lagging, and I don't know what's going on with it. There's no higher accolade. That was that. I don't know why I thought he said avocado. It's almost the same amount of letters, that might be why. What? It's close, okay? It starts with an A and ends in a vowel. I know, right? I'm fucking losing my goddamn bug brain with this goddamn OBS. I'm so sick and tired of it. How are you, costume? It recognizes emerging talent and promises a bright future. There's no higher avocado. This is the highest. You have to reinstall OBS before re-debut. No. I fucking slapped my face against my mic. I didn't even realize. Good gracious. Your prospects for the future were excellent, weren't they, Mr. Drebber? Because even then, you were a genius in your field. But you lost everything. You had no more future. Your talents would go to waste. Woohoo! As a result of this one newspaper article. I don't know when you realized who Mr. Aspen was, but when it dawned on you that he was the same journalist who 10 years ago ruined your life, it's abundantly clear that you had no intention of forgiving the man. Damn, I think I'm on a roll with these. What do y'all think? Got it. If I had pistachios right now. Oh. The truth is, Watch him be silenced in this courtroom right now. He's gonna get fucking murdered. Oh my god, that would be surprising, wouldn't it? Finally, he's going to fold. God, what if... Oh, eh? Who? Who said hold it? Oh? Fine. I don't know how to say that. Arkoff, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Hana Horde. Fine. Clearly this has run its course now. What? Oh god, he's scared. So instead of being one way, it sounds like it's the other way. I don't know. I admit it. All of it. What? What are you doing? Oh, is she trying to take the blame? For something? It's exactly as the Japanese man said. I was coerced into going along with this man's plot to murder the victim, on the condition that he'd kept my dirty secret from 10 years ago. No. Good lord! Dr. Scythe, do you realize what you're saying, woman? Woman! It's all true. That day, it was her who did the final bang-bang. When I arrived at the Crystal Tower and saw the birdcage, my heart nearly stopped beating. Had memory from a decade ago that I'd done my best to bury deep inside myself. It was the professor again, staring me in the face. And then, before I had a chance to react, I noticed something else. Oh, a little note? There was a note tucked inside the model's jacket. Dr. Scythe, you will go along with my plan. From someone who knows the truth about what really happened that night. 10 years ago. Oh! So it has nothing to do with whether or not they actually looked the same. It was just used as a fucking bribing tool or whatever it's called. Blackmail. There we go. All the instructions were there in the notes. Every detail was meticulously written out. I had no choice but to do what it said. I made the necessary alterations to the scene and fabricated the autopsy report as instructed. There was really no other choice. It had to be done to protect the judiciary. I can only apologize now. Mommy, no! Mommy, no! Where the fuck is Hairbrain in all this? This is so wild. Why on earth would you buckle now? Well, there's no point in trying to hide it anymore, is there? Hi, Ubu! How are you, Boo? I would have done anything to stop it coming out, even collaborate in a murder. But the great lie about that execution 10 years ago has been exposed. Whatever happens, I'm finished. No. No, Mom, you're too sexy. Well, I mean, we still don't know what the professor looks like. You're sore? Your back is acting up? Aw, old man Ubu. A pat pat. I'm sorry. So then, Mr. Drebber, what do you say to that? Your accomplices admitted everything. So who shot the fucking professor? That's what I'm still trying to figure out. Surely it goes without saying. You admit your part in it too, then? I admit nothing. At all. Of course not. What? Have you forgotten that the kinesis machine was ripped to shreds by an explosion? Sort of me admitted to a crime. There's no really, short of me admitting to a crime, there's really no possible way for you to prove I did anything wrong. Damn, she... she fucking admits everything. And he's like, nah, I still didn't do it. I still didn't kill him. Order, order, order. Whatever this man says, I admit everything. He threatened to expose my secret, so I went along with his plan. And Lord Van Seeks. Yes? I hope you'll accept my apologies. What happens next is in your hands, of course. Because he's the Reaper. Kinda embarrassed. I have heard more than enough now. I hereby present the final findings of this court. Eh? This trial is not in the proper forum in which to pursue the alleged wrongdoings of Mr. Drebber. The defendant is Professor Albert Harebrain. Oh, okay, okay. I guess, but I guess what we're trying to find out is whether or not Harebrain is guilty or not guilty. So, very true. Had it slipped my mind. Isn't he one of your closest friends? In which case it ends up going on to... what's his name? Anyway, as the court has heard, Dr. Scythe has admitted to the allegations brought by the defense, thereby absolving the defendant of any possible guilt. You mean... Whoops. We just kind of forgot about Harebrain. At the present time, it is the conclusion of this court that the defendant was not involved in any wrongdoing. Does the prosecution have any objection? None, my lord. Oh, congratulations, Mr. Naruhodo. Why'd you call me Mr.? We know each other. You've proven Professor Harebrain's innocence. I always thought she said existence. He's real! He's really real! Without further ado then, the education. Unless the prosecution or defense have any other matters to discuss. No, I'm done. Don't know. This doesn't feel quite right. What are you doing? Why did Dr. Scythe suddenly admit to it like that? I think it's because we don't want to go further with the professor? I don't know. Yeah, who shot him? Is everything alright, Mr. Naruhodo? I mean, I feel like that's just a different thing altogether. Like you said before, the way the trial is set to end now, the judge will certainly deliver a verdict of not guilty. Is that really what we want? What the defense should be pushing for now is, huh? Testimony for what? He just, no. The judge gives his verdict now. Professor Harebrain will be found not guilty without any doubt. It's good. It's one of those fucking choices that automatically just goes to another one anyway. Is something troubling you, perhaps? Yes, it's probably nothing. In the antechamber during the recess earlier, I did give Mr. Sholmes my word, though, didn't I? I don't remember shit. I told him I'd pursue any doubts I had about the truth to the absolute last. If you gave Mr. Sholmes your word, then it most certainly isn't nothing. And it means there's only one right answer here. Yes, you're right. I don't know why I was ever wavering. What are you talking about?
Objection!
I didn't think that was me saying objection at first. The defense objects to the trial ending at this time, my lord. I beg your pardon. We demand one final testimony. Oh, sheesh. From who? What? What? No, the country's secrets was the previous one, remember? You do realize I'm about to advocate in favor of your client, I presume? What are you playing at now, my Nipponese friend? Oh, we're friend? I'm not learned anymore? We're friend. Why would you want to obstruct the conclusion of the trial at this point? No defense lawyer in his right mind would do that. Well, I am not right-minded. I think with my left. Mr. Naruhodo, what exactly are you thinking? The truth, the whole truth, and the way to bring it all out in the open. I'm sorry. Thank you for the raid. Let's give a big old shot, little Bowie. Bowie. Give a big old shout out to Bowie. Give a big shout out to Barry. If I can do it.
Hug and oh, it means give her a hug and nothing else. Oh, okay, all right. I
Barry, I love you.
That's Portal Shell.
Of course, you were playing Ark.
Wait, this says Half-Life. No, it says Portal. What? How come some of them say Portal and some of them say Half-Life?
What the fuck?
They look the same though. Let's see, what's a good picture?
What are you doing? Okay. Welcome, Barry's viewer. My name is Hanayome, Kamakiri. I'm an orchid mantis VTuber for now. And I'm Big Brain, an Ace Attorney right now. That kind of was a weird clip. Anyway, thank you, Pinata. The truth, the whole truth, and way to bring it all out into the open. Right. I don't know why he did this. Yes, in hindsight. Ah, yes, one word of warning before I go. If in the course of the trial this afternoon you perceive even a shadow of doubt about the truth, don't let it out of your sight. Pursue it like a dog with a bone. To the bitter end, you understand. Do not falter, whatever may come to pass. Oh, sheesh. I'm sure Mr. Sholmes knew. He must have deduced that this would happen. You were breaking in your new PC. I like you said you were breaking your new PC. Does it work? Are you able to stream ARC? We gotta scream again. Hanna's falling asleep. No, I'm not. It's only 8 p.m. God, it's only an hour in. I felt like it's already 2 hours done. Yeah! I bought ARC forever ago and then I tried to do a refund and they were like, what the fuck? You bought this like fucking a year ago. No, bitch. And I haven't been able to play it. I don't know if I want to play ARC. I just want the dinosaurs straight up. Yes, I'm here in court to advocate for my client and to secure an acquittal, obviously. But that's not all. I believe that I have a duty to the court to pursue the whole truth of the case until every last detail is laid bare. And that is why the defense calls for further testimony from Dr. Scythe. ARC's not very fun. Okay, I see. Testimony from me. About what? About the nature of your collaboration with Mr. Enoch Drever. Huh. In case it's escaped your attention, I've already admitted to everything I did. The whole truth has already been revealed. So stop wasting everyone's time. As his lordship made very plain, your client will get the acquittal you wanted for him. There's simply no point protracting this business further with another tedious cross-examination.
Objection!
Oh. Oh. Pray forgive my careless handling of that hallowed bottle. I slipped. That's what you call it. Excuse me. What is your objection, Lord Van Zeeks? The prosecution. Excuse me, my bad. Also calls for supplementary testimony from the witness. Oh, sheesh. Don't be stupid. Oh, there's more to this case than has yet come to light. And I will join my learned friend in pursuing the facts until the bitter end. He's not about being a prosecutor anymore. Now he just wants facts. Man, he is. We're both gonna fucking get our ass. Yo, what? Lord Van Zeeks. This is most irregular, to say the least. Now it's personal. However, as the prosecution also calls for it, I will uphold the request. Dr. Scythe, you will testify for the court, explaining the full extent of your involvement in the murder apparently committed by Mr. Drever. Aye. Very well. God, I thought we were done. It all began at the scene when I saw the waxwork and the note tucked inside its jacket. The actual body of the victim, as indicated in the note's instructions, was beneath the experimentation stage. The body had to be arranged in a certain way to implicate the defendant, which was my job. I enlisted the help of the entire forensics investigation team to dress the scene appropriately. See, we still don't quite know how he died. Unless he actually did die from a broken neck, and then the stabbing was like made it seem like, I don't know, there was more? I don't know. The truth about the execution 10 years ago was a state secret at the highest level. I had to protect it. Interesting. So I was right. The stage and the machine were all specially designed for the deception. So it seems, and all meticulously prepared. You did well to see it through. See through it, excuse me. You're a very shrewd boy. Oh! Hey, don't look at me with eyes like that. It's so kind of you to say. And what about this autopsy report, then? All I did was record the location of the body as being in the Crystal Tower instead of under the stage. That's all? That's a terrible corruption! Only my team were aware of the deceit, and then only under my explicit instructions. Oh, I thought she said constructions. Nobody else at Scotland Yard knew anything about it, I assure you. We must be thankful for small mercies, I suppose. Well, I believe that testimony has clarified everything. There's no particular need for a cross-examination, I would say. Oh, I disagree. I can't shake the feeling that something's wrong. Just look at that expression on Dr. Sight's face. It's the defense's right to cross-examine any witness following testimony. What is it about you Japanese that makes you also doggedly persistent? How dare you? Call me Japanese. Sorry. Very well, if you so desire, counsel proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord. Bam. All right.
Hold it!
I don't know what I could present. From what you described before, it sounds like the note was anonymous. Did you have any idea who was behind it? There are very few people who know about what really happened 10 years ago to start with. But anyway, I'd never heard of this engineer. So no, I had no idea. Oh no, I'm sleepy. It's only an hour into stream. Wake up, Hino, wake up! Ah! Okay, good night. I can't sleep because y'all will play a screamer and then I'll die. I'll fucking have a heart attack. Yet despite not knowing who was behind the plan, he went along with it. Burger King, I've been standing all day and my legs hurt. I'm dying, Burger King. My legs and my feet hurt. I had no choice. Protecting the professor's secret was my only concern. The horse has boiled now. Who's boiling horses? Oh boy. Oh, bolted. This stable door will never shut again. Bam 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 bam. Scotland Yard's reputation will be immeasurably damaged as a result of all this. Boop 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 boop. Oh, I gotta be careful. Sorry. I need one of those neck pillows so my head just can't go whong. Yes, thank you, Lord Van Zeeks. I'm well aware of that. So, as I understand it, what you found in the birdcage was the waxwork model. Where then was the victim's body? Also in a birdcage.
I'm in danger!
Uh-oh.
Hold it!
So you knew about the special construction of the stage used to carry out the trick then. It was quite obvious that, what had happened with the victim and the waxwork. And you switched the two over, didn't you? In other words, you recorded the victim's body as having been discovered in the Crystal Tower and the waxwork. I wrapped it and sent it by carriage to the specified address and specified time. Why were you given such directions? Presumably, so it could be recovered by Trevor and returned to Madame Tuspel's. I see. And then you put the birdcage back in the experimentation stage. Yes. Hot dough. I really want spaghetti and hot dogs. Although someone obviously made a mistake about which cage should go where. I thought I'd made it perfectly clear to the team, but still. No? Oh, or maybe? I suppose you were focused on the victim's body, that being a more important detail. I was about to say, no, because the one that we found, anyway.
Hold it!
I guess, am I just supposed to present the screwdriver? When you say arranged, oh, never mind. When you say arranged, I presume you mean with this? Yes, the instructions in the engineer's notes said something about along the lines of, nah, you think I need to save? Bitch, I haven't needed to save in 50 years. Fabricate some evidence to make it clear that Hairbrain alone could have killed Aspen. So, you mean to say this was your doing? I fetched Hairbrain's ridiculous screwdriver from the stage and took it with me alone to the abyss under the stage where the birdcage had fallen. Alone, Doctor? Oh. I didn't feel it would be appropriate to involve anybody else in that particular part of the deception. She killed him. Or maybe he already dead. There's a void under the stage where I found the birdcage lying in the dirt. Whoa. Look at his arms. Look how they're strapped in. I approached it, leaned down, and slowly opened it up. Then I took the screwdriver in both hands and plunged it into the man's chest. Oh, ew! I bet it went. And then you noted that in your fake autopsy report as a fictitious cause of death. Exactly. So the actual cause of death was... Wait, I thought we established that it doesn't matter which one was the actual cause of death, because both of them could have caused it, right? A trauma resulting from the 30-foot drop. My word. What if he hasn't actually dead? What the fuck? Listen, Mrs. Sato. Something about Dr. Scythe's last statement. It's playing on my mind. That's all. Yeah, of course I've saved this entire case. How do you think I started the fucking game? Do you not remember the day where I had no brain cells and I was constantly just resetting? It was terrible. That's mine too. Excuse me. Dr. Scythe. There's really no need to shout. I can hear you perfectly well. The defense calls for you to add what you just said to your formal testimony. Oh, which part? I wanted to supplement her testimony with his. I don't know. Let me see. I do not know. Whee! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm sleepy. Oh, okay, okay. No moving and tummy cramping did not happen. What does cramp is my style. How are you doing, Eldritch? I feel like it's definitely this. Oh, you stabbed Mr. Aspen in the chest. That part. Fine, if that's what you want. There's really no need to point. E. Prosecution concurs. He's pointing too. Very well, you'll supplement your testimony now, witness. If you wish, my lord. E. Ultimately, what is it we're trying to figure out here? It's not like she couldn't do it. I feel like it'd be very awkward for her to do it. Are you questioning whether or not she could have put a whole screwdriver through? Well, I don't know.
Hold it!
So it was you who stabbed Aspen with this. Yes, far easier than dissection, I assure you. No precision required. What a welcome change. The victim died instantly from a snap neck. All I did was carry out the instructions I'd been given. And unflinchingly as ever. As unflinchingly as ever, no doubt. I feel like if she used both hands, she would have fallen in. Lost her balance. Maybe not, I don't know. I imagine you didn't bat an eyelid when you drove the weapon into his body. There was no need to bat my eyelids. What else did you do to twist the facts? Remind the court, why don't you? You wish. Okay, now let's save. Is this the girl? What girl? I'm just gonna like...
Objection!
Ah! Oops. Okay. I thought that was it for some reason. I don't know. I was like, maybe it's something I'm missing.
Hold it!
Yeah, it's actually a girl. It's fucking hot. Hold on, I'm eating, so I'm not reading. Oh! Nothing was more important than protecting the secret of the professor. My team did what was necessary without losing sight of the primary goal. I consider their conduct exemplary. I mean, if she was a guy, she'd still be hot. You can see the point, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry, I made a sound with my mouth when I said that. You mustn't let her win. I need a lawyer. I'll take that silence as tacit acceptance. Now, can we move on? Oops. Why did it do that? Oops. My bad. I do wonder if there could really be much more to it. I don't know, but I just have a feeling. Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo. The truth is, I find it strange, too. Hana, I lost a bet. We'll open a host club on Saturday. Any tips? Set out expensive vases for you to, try and, fucking blackmail any poor people that come your way. And hope they're hot. And that way you can get them to join your host club in order to pay off the debt that they now owe. You told me shut up. The truth is, I find it strange too. Those are smart. It's not an original idea. Those who are reacting to this is completely opposite ways, I mean. Yes, exactly. For some reason, I feel sure they're still trying to hide something.
Hold it!
But at what cost? Faith in Scotland Yard is going to suffer a terrible blow as a result of this. And your precious secret is out now anyway. Yes, as you say. I take full responsibility. Blow me down, Dr. Scythe! What does that mean, blow me down? Surely there was some other way you could have protected the secret. But who shot the man? Oh, there really wasn't. I've done my utmost, believe me. In many ways, I respect your determination. Oh, I nearly froze under that cold stare as she said that. Do you believe she was being genuine, though, Mr. Naruhodo? Boom, 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 boom. Maybe he was the gunman. There was no nut in the man. Notes. Note, not, not nut. Why the fuck did I say nut? Anyway. I don't know what to present.
Objection!
Eh? That's actually what I had to present? What's the reasoning here? The only thing I'm thinking is that it's a little too awkward to try and stab him like that. But, oh, okay, good luck in D&D. I've got a nasty feeling. But this inconsistency points to an extremely uncomfortable truth. What is going on with my mouth? Why am I keep lagging even more. What on earth is the matter, Council? Have you lost your tongue? Sir, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'm confident in what I've presented. I apologize, my lord. Dr. Scythe, in that last statement of yours, there's just one point that seems to defy explanation. Out with it, my learned friend. Why? We're back to being learned? There's an obvious inconsistency between your description and this photograph. which shows the victim in the birdcage following the events that led to his death.
Objection!
Bruh, at least Naruhodo knows, because I don't. The court has already examined that photograph in depth. There's nothing new we can learn from it.
Objection!
Yes, we have already considered it, that's true. But now we know the facts to be different. What do you mean? Oh, sheesh. I believe we should let the defense explain. If you make me point out something that's weird, then I'm gonna be... Ah, shit! The alleged inconsistency with the witness's statement. Ooh, I don't know. Fucking hell. Sheesh. This is not where the heart is located. Fuck, I don't know. What is it?
Take that!
Is it? Oh, the bloodstain is going down. Okay. What the fucking hell? Eldritch, okay. Look closely at the bloodstain on the victim's chest. It clearly extends in a downwards direction, however, towards the man's feet. And why is that significant, Gauzel? Well, clearly that means he was stabbed fucking sitting upward, idiot. I'm sorry, Judge. I didn't mean that. If the victim was stabbed moments before the kinesis machine was set in motion, that's entirely expected. Oh, that's the... That was the judge talking, not fucking, Naruhodo. God damn it, Jack. Oh, of course, no, that's not what happened. Exactly, my lord. Dr. Scythe made it very clear in her testimony just now. That was loud. Oops. That the point at which she stole Professor Harebrain's screwdriver and stabbed the victim was after the grand deception was set in motion when the birdcage had fallen down the stage out of sight. From the shape of it, it's clear that the birdcage would have fallen on its side after 30-foot drop. And if the victim had really been stabbed whilst inside the birdcage in that position, the blood from the wound would have spread out equally in all directions. Hana, did you lower your overall volume? No, it was really loud for me. Why? What? My computer volume is at 90 right now. Why do you think that scream was so fucking frightening to me? Or that formed the longitudinal appearance we see in the picture. It's inconceivable. Inconceivable! Ah. Given that the victim's blood seeped vertically downwards from the wound, it must be the case that when you stabbed Mr. Assman, he was standing up. My mic seems lower? Does it? Are you sure? You're saying this now, an hour and a half into my stream, it seems lower? I'm so confused. I don't think I did anything. Do I sound normal? You don't know what Pinata's saying? I sound normal, fucking Gabe. Why did I almost call you giraffe? In short, Dr. Scythe, your latest testimony was a total fabrication. I mean, I can turn myself up. I can go all the way. Well, this is the max with my gain, I think. I knew it. I was right. My only issue with this is that I think my voice is kind of grating, so I feel like anything is especially loud and you can like hear it like peaking my mic. It's gross. I hate it. Now I've identified the contradiction. I thought he said contraction. There's only one way to explain the facts. We've all been under a great misapprehension here. What? He was alive when he was stabbed. What sort of misapprehension? Shinzo. Dr. Scythe. Oof. You claim you were coerced into helping Mr. Drebber as a result of the note he left in the waxwork. You claim that you made changes to the scene of the crime to implicate the defendant. And you claim that you authored a fake autopsy report to cover your tracks. Morgaine! No, I refuse. I refuse to go any higher than this. But one of those claims is an out-and-out lie, because the question of what the bloodstain really tells us has only one possible answer. If that is the case, what is it, man? What is it, man? When they say man at the end. Counsel, you've clearly struck upon a revelation. Now tell the court what it is. Which part of Dr. Side's story is shown to be a lie with a contradiction in her testimony? Well, we already know the autopsy is a lie, right? So it's the stabbing. He was clearly standing up. Wait, hold on. Just in case, you know. Just in case. The answer is very simple if you consider the sequence of events. If, when the victim was stabbed, the blood from the wound seeped downward as it did, we can be sure that the victim must have been either sitting or standing upright at the time. Then Van says, tell me. Tell me, Kaiba. I can't do it. But as you rightly pointed out, the birdcage would have fallen onto its side when it fell beneath the stage. Yes, it would, which tells us that the victim must have been in that position of his own accord.
Objection!
That's impossible. The man was dead, remember? That's what she says. No, that is the misapprehension. Oh, got them in their little scheme. When the birdcage fell from the stage into the void below, it must have hit the ground with considerable force. My back! But Mr. Assman didn't die in the fall. Imagine dying in the fall. He probably lost consciousness for a while, but when he came round, he got to his feet and climbed out of the cage. Just as Dr. Scythe appeared. Oh, I thought my face broke. I'm okay. If the victim was in fact alive at that point in time, it changes everything. Oh? Ooh, sheesh! 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 Ah. I don't know why I did it like that. Mr. Odie Aspen's killer was the defendant, Professor Albert Hairbrain. Nor was it the mastermind behind the stage trickery, Mr. Enoch Drebber. It was you, Dr. Courtney Scythe. Ah! Oh, she killed him. Harder, harder, harder. Can this possibly be true? Have you been taking me for a fool? It was you, was it? You killed him? Oh. Interesting. Her first name is Courtney. Yeah, her original last name was like Smith or something. I don't remember what it was. You hoped that by admitting to be an accomplice in Dr. Drebber's scheme, the trial would end. Before you were accused of a far worse crime. Oh, fuck! Cold-blooded murder. Oh, do shut up. You're so desperate now, you're making all this up as if I would do something like that.
Objection!
Oh? Susato, hello? Are you allowed to do that? I assure you the defense is not desperate, Doctor. Mr. Naruhodo has established the facts using evidence and logic alone. Huh, logic? Don't make me laugh. Sadly, your logic has a gaping hole in it. What? What do you mean? I'd have thought it was obvious. A motive, boy. You're lacking a motive. What possible reason would I have to kill Mr. Assman? Assman was involved in any number of criminal activities, from coercion to theft to murder. What if he was the one who shot Mr. Joe? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Hana Horde. What if Assman was the guy who shot the professor? And that's how he was able to get the guy's Drebber's name, because he was there. Aspen was involved in any number of criminal activities, from coercion to theft to murder, but there is no known connection to Dr. Scythe there. Vista! I'm rather relieved to say it does seem somewhat far-fetched. True, there's no obvious motive. But there's still something in the back of my mind. I feel sure I've seen something somewhere that hints why the coroner might have done this. Really? Yes, that might have tampered with the crime scene and concocted a fake report. But murdering someone for no reason is a very different story.
Objection.
Bam! No. When you question what possible reason you can have for wanting to kill Mr. Asman, something did come to mind. What? What was it, counsel? Enlighten the court at once. Ah, I'm so tired of presenting evidence like this. Yes, we saw it yesterday, didn't we? Did we? Something that seemed strange, but we had no reason to suspect it at the time. Oh, I heard something. There's a particular object that explains why Dr. Scythe would have wanted to kill Mr. Aspen. I'm thinking it's the mask. But I don't know why she would kill Aspen for that. Unless that would reveal the face of the killer, and so in order to avoid the whole shit going on with, that's all I can think. It's the Iron Mask. You've lost me. Did I? Is it not? Why the Iron Mask? Well, of all the things I saw yesterday, it left the greatest impression, so... Is that... Do I not know what I'm talking about? It makes sense. Drebber had the mask, and the whole thing was to get Aspen to seem like he was dead, or make him dead, right? So if he wasn't actually dead, then the thing would be to make him dead, right? How is that wrong? Drebber had this thing, which would show the face of the professor, which was the big part of the scandal that she was in. Ah! Forgive the interruption, Dr. Scythe, but what my colleague meant to say was scalpels. Perhaps that makes a little more sense to you. Huh? Is it? Scalpels? Ah, of course. Did you say scalpels? Ah. It would appear that word has struck a chord, Doctor. They let me have it. You, come on, out with it. It was yesterday when we visited your laboratory. I'm trying to eat this damn grape. Oh yeah, she bought a big order of scalpel. For some reason. Hold on. It seems strange because she has a shit ton of scalpels, and I have no idea why that's strange or what that could mean. I would have no idea. This is not based on anything to me. 500 scalpels a month? At first I wondered what on earth you could be using that many scalpels for. I still have no clue unless you're making a fucking statue out of scalpels. But actually I realize now it's not the scalpels themselves that are significant. It's the money for them, disappearing every month from the department's accounts. Oh, so the scalpels are a cover-up for whatever she's actually using them for? A scalpel sculpture. Good one. A sculpture. You just spelled sculpture again, Pinata. You didn't even change it. It's a sculpture. But then it just sounds like you're making a sculpture out of scalps. So that's even more freaky, I think. Aspen's criminal organization relied heavy on extortion for its fundings. Tracing the money from the forensic investigation team account to find out where it was going. Oh, I suppose you put skull instead of Sculptor. Would be extremely straightforward. Ugh. Ugh. 10 years ago, when Mr. Aspen was still a journalist and wrote this article about Mr. Trevor, he may well have stumbled upon information as he was researching the story. Information relating to Dr. Scythe's darkest secret that he could use to rack money from her for the next decade. Our darkest secret? Good lord, you mean? I don't know what happened on the night of that execution 10 years ago, but clearly the opportunity to rid yourself of that menace was too tempting to pass up. 1945? I mean, you'd be pretty close, Drimp. They're in like the fucking early 1900s, so 1945 is a little too late though. Considering that's fucking, you know, World War II. They're a bit before that, I think. So in the end, you weren't coerced at all, were you? You did it entirely of your own free will. You stabbed Mr. Aspen in the heart with all your might. To silence the blackmailer who knew your dark secret forever. Oh. You'll never understand. None of you. Oh. We've had to keep covered up all these long years. Reveal the face! I want to see the face of the professor! No, Trimp, let's not do that. Yeah! Where did spells go? I want to see the face of Professor. I hope she has left to get a key. As very little the machine remains after it was ripped apart by the bomb. The truth of this case can never be properly established unless you speak out. And if you decide not to, it's very possible that Courtney Scythe will escape punishment for her crimes. Please, sir, own up to what you've done, and tell the court the truth about what happened. No. And then you fucking nay-nays. 10 years ago, you told the truth and you were robbed of a bright and successful future as a result. I can certainly understand your bitterness and your consternation now, however. This is surely the chance you've been waiting for, to sever the hold that fate's had over you all these years. Super high voltage, instantaneous kinesis. I mean, really. Ah. Oh, the music's all sad now. It's the addle-brained mock scientists that are the worst, you know. They don't recognize the fact that they don't have talent. They can't even get to that right. And so they end up chasing impossible dreams, having unbridled faith in their abilities. They go on and on about their wonderful hypothesis, their stupid eyes shining like a little child's. They make me sick. I can't abide their foolishness. Alright, Kasu, have a good night. I too am sleepy. Careful, careful, Mr. Drebber. Careful for who? I was particularly pleased with the kinesis machine. It made for quite a show, didn't it? So you admit it. You admit that it was nothing more than a sham made for the purpose of killing the victim. Yes, I admit it. I did it all, in the name of revenge. Oh, sheesh. Revenge for the future that Mr. Aspen's article deprived you of 10 years earlier. But the revenge you sought didn't stop at Aspen, did it? Which is where that very particular waxwork comes in. Yes, I see. I have a feeling they're not going to show us the face. Condemned convict that you saw rising from the grave in Lowgate Cemetery 10 years ago. If your account of those events was all true, and obviously Scotland Yard couldn't afford to acknowledge what had happened, even if it meant discrediting a bright young man and crushing any future career he might have had. Rip. You think Shams would do it? I don't think he would, to be honest. If Your plan required that you abduct that particular waxwork model. In order to exact your revenge on Scotland Yard as well, or on Dr. Scythe to be precise. It was a year ago. By some extraordinary twist of fate, Houseman turned up at my workshop. He didn't remember who I was, of course. He just wanted to employ my services as an engineer. I just realized that his index finger on his right hand has been incredibly stiff, so I'm wondering if he actually does have any issues with it. Oh, it's the same with his left hand. I don't fucking know. He never bends that finger, so that's what's throwing me off. And he happened to have a paper with him. An article of the front page caught my eye. How's my famous strimmer? Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I'm okay. I'm just sleepy, so I'm probably gonna end it here soon. About the coroner who handled the bogus autopsy, being appointed head of a new forensic team. When I learned that news, my cognitive processes started to devise the plan. What a horrid tale. He robbed me of my future, so I wanted to use the man's own wiles against him for revenge. And have that rotten Scotland Yard eating out of my hand at the same time. I wanted them all to suffer the same humiliation I'd had to suffer. Adds to suffer. I'm suffering because I can't speak. Oh, okay, anyway. Your actions against those who ruined your future were justified as revenge, at least to yourself. Certainly, no one has the right to destroy another's prospects, especially for purely selfish gain. And yet, in carrying out your plan, you did exactly that to someone else, didn't you? Did I? Yeah, to Hairbrain. Professor Hairbrain's only crime was passion for his hypothesis. But you had no compunction about sacrificing his future to effect your revenge. You knew that he would be forever branded a failure and a fraud. Oh, well. Perhaps life treated you unfairly 10 years ago and another misconduct left your life in tatters. Sweepy baby bug, I sweep. But remember this. Your own actions resulted in exactly the same thing for another perfectly innocent young man. Well, time for him to go. Time for Hairbrain to go take his own revenge story. Aye. Oh, is he remorseful on it? Interesting. Aw, that's sad. Lord Van Zeeks, what of Dr. Scythe? An immediate warrant for her arrest has been granted, and she's been remanded? I've never heard that word before. In custody, my lord. I presume she will face trial in the coming days, along with Mr. Drebber. Most regrettable situation indeed. She's made great contributions to her profession over the years. It really is a hard truth to swallow. And she was so hot, too! However, that is a topic for some future occasion. For now, Professor Hairbrain. Oh, yes. It seems there was a great deal more to your experiment than you realized. However, I think we can assume now that all the sordid details have been brought to light. This has been a very long and profound trial, but I'm pleased to say you are absolved of all guilt. Hallelujah! This whole experiment has taught me a very great and painful lesson. I've been, me, this dedicated scientist, this devotee of natural philosophy. I've been selfish and self-centered, and above all, a fool. Professor. Rip. Poor Hairbrain. I've spent my life thinking of nothing but my research. Misguidedly believing that I could do whatever I set my mind to despite my lack of talent. And the worst of it is, in the process, I've caused others pain and misery. Others who are far, far greater people than I. Oh. No, Professor. That's not true. Oh! Van Zeeks is coming to his defense. What? Don't tar yourself with the same brush as Trevor. What happened was his doing and his alone. The outcome of his fate, is his fate, not yours. You're not to blame in any way. Lord Van Zeeks. And the derision with which he referred to you earlier, calling you a fool, talentless even. The man has no idea. To believe in yourself and work your fingers to the bone to realize your dreams, that's laudable, not laughable. I don't know what laudable means, it sounds the same. No one has the right to deride another for his such choices. Oh. Damn, Van Zeeks being nice? What the fuck? Thank you, Barack. Barack? Thanks, Obama. Quite literally a thanks, Obama. Alright, let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Yes, my lord. It is the court's exemption that you find the defendant not guilty of the charge of which he stands accused. I presume there are no objections. Not from me, my lord. Obama. Certainly not. This trial has really made me think, but this is the right decision. It's all been proven methodical and rigorously. I have no misgivings whatsoever. What's that? He's done, is he? It's all over? I don't know what's become of the yard these days. I don't recognize the place. Sorry, this was 10 years ago. Very well. In that case, I hereby pronounce the defendant not guilty! Yeah! So who shot him? Do you think the professor was on the hit list? No, that hit list was made 10 years ago. No, we don't know when the hit list was made. But why would they? But he died 10 years ago. I'm so confused. Court is adjourned. Bam. Woo! Phew. Ah, we did it. It's over. That was some trial. It's over. Phew. The Old Bailey, the Fountains, and the Chamber. Professor, what a splendid outcome, isn't it? Oh, it is. It is. Oh my god, it is. Congratulations, Professor Hairbrain. Your name too big. Mr. Naruhodo. Mrs. Sato. I am truly beside myself with gratitude. How can I ever thank you enough? He looks like a fucking Legend of Zelda character the more I look at him. I'm just glad it's been all cleared up. That you realized that you were just caught up in a bad situation. Ah, right now, you know, if I had that research grant money, I'd give the whole lot to you, every penny. Are you allowed to do that? Well, that's very kind, but I'm just a student, so. Hello, Daka. How are you, Daka? You don't need any financial reward. Your acquittal is more than enough. How are we going to pay our bills, Sasato? Oh dear, what can I do? Haha! How about this as a memento? The paper about my hypothesis is inside. That book is so fucking tiny. Well, just as a memento then. Thank you. I've been wondering, Professor. What are you going to do now? Oh my. Yes, what am I going to do? My hypothesis and my great machine lie in ruins. But still, it's been too long since I was last in London, so perhaps I'll enjoy some sightseeing. I must explore the great exhibition whilst I'm here, too, and see if new inspiration hits me. Oh yes, that's a wonderful idea. Oh. Who's saying they can't allow that? Oh, Van Zeeks? You can't allow it? What the fuck? Lord Van Zeeks, what are you doing in here? What's going on? Rock! I'm sorry you had to go through that, Albert. Obama? Is that Obama? Well, if I'm honest, it was terrifying. You were like a great demon behind your bench there, snarling down on your prey. one of the few true friends I have. Oh, a true friend? Am I the other? I couldn't leave it to anybody else to handle the prosecution. Or the defense. Sorry? Or the defense? Did I just hear that right? I always knew that you had my best interest at heart. Don't worry. How about you show me around while I'm here in town? It's been a long time since we left the university. We have a lot to catch up on. What's going on? Listen, Albert. In a few days, your acquittal will be made official. When that happens, you must head straight to Dover. I'll accompany you. What? From there, you'll cross the channel and make your way back to Germany. I've already purchased the tickets. But no! Hold on a minute, Barack! Thanks, Obama! What about the Great Exhibition? This is a chance of a lifetime for me. I want to look around. Oh, no sightseeing. Albert gave up on the idea. Is he in danger? Does Van Zieks know something? Oh yeah, the Reaper, but that doesn't affect everybug. Like, Gina's okay. The curse. He got that friend DLC. Sometimes it's hard to see any warmth in those eyes, Barack. Lord Van Zieks? What's all this about? Unnecessary precaution. Yes, I think I understand. You do? Well, Iris told me that when you met Lord Van Zieks at his office some days ago, he asked how Mr. Natsume was doing. Yes, that's right. I remember being surprised at the time. I think it was nice of him to ask. The point is, Mr. Natsume is still alive and well. Even though it's been more than 6 months now since he stood trial with the Reaper as the prosecutor. You mean... Oh, she was in jail? Oh, you might be right. You might be right, Gabe. I see. Reaper's influence doesn't stretch overseas? Those in the Reaper's sights meet their ends days or sometimes months after their acquittal. It has been the pattern up to now. But of course, we know that both Mr. Natsume and Gina were completely innocent. True. And perhaps that governs the Reaper's actions. The truly innocent are spared. But I don't want to take any chances with a close personal friend. Aww. Rock! Like the mustached Nipponese, this man should leave the country without delay. That's why I'm packing him off to Germany at once. Right. Does your friend-shaped package get any say in it? Friend-shaped package. Goodness, was this your intention all along then, Lord Van Zieks? Oh. Court, where people think of him as the Reaper, this man seems absolutely merciless. And yet, sometimes I feel as though I don't understand him at all. It's time to go, Albert. Back to the prison. Back to the prison for the time being. Damn, imagine being proven innocent. You gotta go back to prison? Like, what the fuck is this? Ah, yes, alright. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you so much for everything. Not at all, Professor. It was a pleasure getting to know you. Best wishes, Professor Harebrain. Well, once the dust is settled, you must come and visit me in Germany. I don't want to go to Deutschland. You can't make me. Anyway, goodbye for now. Auf Wiedersehen. I don't know why I said it like that. Oh, my Nipponese friend. Oh yeah? I thought you'd gone too. We have matters to discuss. Can you spare some time? We do? You want to talk with me? I'll be waiting in the courtroom in 10 minutes. Wait, we gotta go back to the courtroom? Why are we talking in there? Why can't we just go to your house? Oh, that was strange. For some reason, I didn't get that sense of impending doom as he walked away with this time. We're just gonna have a slight casual conversation, is it? The enigma, Barack Van Zieks. What does he want to discuss, I wonder? The answer awaits in the courtroom, I suppose. Here it goes, then. Ugh, it's still going! Alright, we're back here. Now what? Oh, are we gonna look at the mask? Are we going to look? So, are you satisfied? You saved a guileless scientist, is that the right word? From great injustice. No, we've been to his house before. Yes, I think. I'm relieved, at least, that this man's innocence could be proven. Anyway, I imagine you've been wondering where my animosity towards you Nipponese comes from. Wait, was I right? Was I right? Is he gonna say? Well, at first I thought you just didn't like me. I imagine you saw me as a pretentious child from an unimportant land who had no business being here. Now, I think differently. Well, you're right on both. I was kidding. You clearly know our ways. So I would guess that some specific incident led to your thorough dislike of my race. Can you tell me what happened, please? Professor. Was I right? Was he actually Japanese? I thought I'd never hear that name in this courtroom again, to be honest. He took your brother's life. Clint Van Zeeks! I'm sorry, I don't know why I laughed at that. My brother was Clint Van Zeeks. 16 years ago, when I was still just in my teens, he was already the director of prosecutions and a key member of the judiciary. Didn't fucking... This is so wild. Didn't fucking Edgeworth also have a... His dad was a prosecutor, right? No, his dad was a lawyer, wasn't he? Oh, spoilers. My bad. Well, I'm not gonna play Ace Attorney. I can't remember. His dad was a lawyer, right? But then his dad was shot. And so... Edgeworth wanted to grow up to be a lawyer, but then after that, he decided to become a prosecutor. I think. That's just lore. That's just character lore, maybe. I'm sorry. We're playing Ace Attorney. I'm allowed to spoil it, maybe. But you're not allowed to spoil it. Only me. Because I'm the streamer. I don't... Yeah. Sorry. I looked up to him. He was everything I aspired to be. I think I'm gonna buy the Apollo Justice games, maybe. He was involved in the establishment of justice systems in foreign countries as well. There are exchange programs between Britain and other nations too. To share knowledge and ideas. As part of one of those programs, 3 judicial students came to Britain from your homeland, the Empire of Japan. Oh! If it was 16 years ago, then one of them could have been my father. Of course. I remember Dr. Mikotoba well. I had no idea. I was a minor at the time, training at the prosecutor's office. Oh, he was a minor? I guess he's not that old then. That was only 16 years ago? So what, is he like 30-something now? One day, Clint introduced me to 3 visiting Nipponese. So, you've actually met my father. Yo, what if the other was Kasuba's, like, relation? What if I'm right? Oh my god, what the fuck? Hold on. He and his colleagues were polite and amicable, I don't know. They were adept at their work and exacting in their standards. Is that the word? Is that what he said? It was my first encounter with the Nipponese spirit, and it made a very great impression upon me. But 6 years later, that's when it happened. The investigation was going nowhere. There were no suspects even, just an ever-growing list of victims. And in the end, my brother became one of them. The last, in fact, before the case was finally resolved. I'm so sorry, Lord Van Zeeks. Truly. Clint was always ready to put his life on the line for justice anyway. So he wouldn't have wanted it any other way. He lost his life to the killer, but it was his victory in the end. For me personally, though, it was a great loss. I found myself in a very dark place indeed. I guess we're trying to get to the way. Okay, and... When I finally found out the killer's identity. Oh, he knows! The reason why no one had to be, been able to catch the man sooner ceased to be such a mystery. He'd been hiding in plain sight all the time. In plain sight? Damn, he was right there. You were aware of political events 10 years ago. It was a period of extremely sensitive diplomacy between the British and Japanese empires. Yeah, there we go. A new treaty was being forged, I think. The Shinsengumi rise up. The Anglo-Japanese treaty of friendship and navigation was being concluded. So then this would only make it like... This would literally quite make it just about the 1900s. The leaders of both countries were deep in extensive political discussions. Which is why this particular killer's appearance in court was conducted as a closed trial. What is a clock man? Oh, you thought it would be Strongheart? If the British public had known the identity of the killer, not only would the treaty have been in jeopardy, but our two nations would very well have ended up at war. What? A war between Britain and Japan? Oh my god! This alternate reality is what created Code Geass! Sorry. What that would mean? Oh my, you mean to say the professor was... a Japanese American? Oh? Oh?
When the trial reached its conclusion earlier, I thought to myself...
Voiced?
Yes, it's time. Time for you to come face to face with this hideous monster. I borrowed the key for the mask from the proprietress of the Waxwork Museum. So see for yourselves now. Confirm it with your own eyes. The truth that's been hidden this past decade.
It's Naruhodo's face.
That's the professor?
He was a fucking revolutionist? Is that the right one? What were they called?
Yes, that's him.
Until now, the thought never even crossed my mind. That the mass murderer, whose crimes shook Britain as never before, was Japanese.
Ah!
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
That face.
Is it Cosmo's dad?
I feel as though I've seen it somewhere. It's strangely familiar.
Is it Cosmo's dad? Oh? Have I been right? Oh boy. Oh? I was right! Oh, she... Okay.
What? Father?
Papa? Your papa was a murderer!
Kazuma!
Kaizuba?
My best friend, Kazuma Asogi.
Kazuma!
After a whole year, finally his memories returned.
Kazuma! Oh! He looks great!
As he stood there before me.
His fucking hair. Oh. Kaizuba.
Ryunosuke.
That's me. Oh.
Hello again. My friend.
Kazuma-sama!
Judicial Assistant Mikotoba.
Why did she get her title? Y'all know each other personally, don't you? Kaizuba! This is weird.
Been a very long road.
Hands band. I'm sorry.
Thank you for guiding my friend here when I could not.
So what the fuck happened on the ship? Kazuma,
It
explain!
was an honor.
Oh, Susanoo.
I knew you wouldn't die
Yes,
that easily.
Susanoo's face.
Kazuma.
I can't believe I was fucking right. Ugh, my brain is swelling right now.
For taking good care of that in my absence.
Oh, my sword. Or his sword, I guess now. He's alive, so he has to have it back.
Karuma, the great blade of the Asogi clan, passed down through the generations.
Wait, I feel like I shouldn't give it back.
When we left Japan, this sword
Hi,
was at my friend's side.
Oh, hi.
A Japanese man's katana is his soul. He couldn't be parted from it.
By
But
yelling, brought
When the
Bella
incident
over.
happened, it was Susato-san's wish that I inherit the sword. And I've kept it with me ever since, along with my memories of the friendship we shared.
Well, to be honest, I thought it was Kazuma for a long time already.
With this by my side, I always felt that you were watching over me somehow.
Bro, what? Van Zeeks is like, bitch, that was his father killed my fucking brother. Wait, how come you have two swords? You what? Gabe, what the fuck?
I've made it. At last.
Father.
Are
You mean
saying-
made it?
Surely not. You mean you knew all this time? I'm looking at it, but I still can't believe it.
Hi, baby. What are you doing?
This mass murderer is Kazuma's father.
Is he gonna cut the head off? Seppuku. For his war crimes. Yo? Why even cut the head off? Oh? He did a little bit more than that, I think. He's a fuck you, Dad.
Kazuma-sama.
No, that was fucking Madame Tospel's masterpiece. She can just glue it back.
Ryunosuke, we have much to talk about. But now is not the time.
It's not the time.
I'll be seeing you.
Well, where are you going? Eh? Where's he
That's
going?
all Kazuma said
Bella.
before he turned and left us there in the courtroom.
No, Gabe, he was shot, remember? He was alive before that. Or at least we assume that, right? I guess there's nothing said that after he was shot, he fucking died again. Just that he stopped moving, right? No, it wouldn't be. Because that would mean that if the hit list was his, that would mean he was trying to kill his own son. What reason would there be for that? His son would have been too young from everything. Unless he considers his son an actual, like, threat to stopping him. I don't know. So he's the living after image of the man who took my brother's life, is he? Yes, Kazuma Asogi, my best friend. I don't have a sword anymore. I feel naked. I need a new sword. Months ago, when Lord Strongheart introduced us, I had an inkling there was something there, some connection. God, I still can't believe I was right. Holy shit. Why did Lord Strongheart do that? Why did he make Kazuma Lord Van Zeeks' apprentice? And when was he suffering amnesia, too? Oh, when he was suffering, excuse me. Oh, you are beautiful. I fucking. Mwah. That man was apprehended, even executed. His legacy just won't die. That's the sad truth. Anyway, that's all I had to say. I thank you for meeting with me as I asked. Oh my god, he evaporated! He was a spirit! A phantom! 10 years ago, my grandmother took me to the railway station. We were there to meet my father from the train. Me. It was the first time I'd ever seen him. Oh, ever? Susato-san, all this is tied up with painful memories for her too. She's never talked about this with me before, though. It took time to adjust to having father around, but when I was starting to get used to it, he called me into his study one day. He told me that a great friend of his had passed away in London, and that the friend had left behind a son. Boy, 7 years my senior. Mother told me the boy had made a promise to his late father. So he was studying to become a defense lawyer. Wait, what was the promise? I guess he's older than I thought. I wanted to help, so I studied to become a qualified judicial assistant. As I'm sure you've worked out, that young man's name, Kazuma Asogi. So you see, that's how he and I met. Oh, I love Susato.
For a brief moment, my great friend had returned, only to disappear again all too soon.
But where the fuck are you gonna go?
But in that fleeting encounter, something stirred. Something that had been dormant for a long time. As if great wheels had been set in motion. I could almost hear them creaking into life. In some ways, it was the end of a chapter, but in many, it was the start of a new one.
I love... Okay. Are you talking about the Baskerville stuff? Oh, the demasking. And with that, I'm going to call it quits for tonight. I know I'm ending a little bit early. I am just tired. I'm sorry. That was a stretch. Alright. Thank you for coming, everybody. Let me go see who we can rate. Shall we? Who is streaming right now? We got Pikami. Oh, y'all wanna go watch Poppy play Kingdom Farts? Ha! He actually likes Kingdom Hearts though, so don't tell him that. God, he's been streaming for 6 hours! Oh, he's doing a subathon though. Anyway, let's go watch Poppy play Kingdom Hearts. So fun. Oh, he has follower or subscriber only chat. So if you don't follow Poppy, you should follow Poppy. I will send the raid once I'm done ads, apparently. He's so cool though. Why if he does the thing when I raid him, like super pog does it. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. Tomorrow I'll be live again at 1 PM CST and I'll be playing something and I forgot what it was, so find out with me. Oh, it's Friday, so we're playing Master Duel. Yeah, Master Duel. Alright. I'll see you all tomorrow. 1 PM CST. Goodbye!